For decades, the deal was simple. You pick a rigorous major, earn your degree, and step onto the first rung of a predictable career ladder. But right now, millions of graduates are stepping out of the university gates only to find that the ladder has been pulled up. This bar chart of recent labor data from the New York Federal Reserve reveals a strange paradox. The unemployment rate for recent graduates in computer science and engineering currently stands at 7.8%. That puts them right alongside graduates in anthropology and the performing arts. Technology companies haven't stopped hiring. They are simply delegating entry-level workflows to algorithms. The repetitive, rule-based tasks that used to be the domain of junior employees are now handled by software. Think about basic code generation, drafting standard memos, and running routine data synthesis. For a long time, these were the stepping stones. They were how young professionals learned the ropes of their industry before taking on complex projects. Now, large language models can perform them in seconds. If the very tasks we use to evaluate early career competence are now automated, it forces a hard look at the higher education system. We have to ask if universities are still training students for an execution-based economy that has already vanished. Tracking employment impact against AI market exposure reveals an initial trough. During early AI adoption, we see a sharp displacement of routine labor. But at high market penetration, the curve reverses. The technology generates complementary demand, offsetting those early job losses. Economists call this the supervisory economy. In this new equilibrium, humans transition away from doing the rote work and specialize in the oversight tasks that artificial intelligence simply cannot internalize. This means the current anxiety in the labor market is not the beginning of a permanent job apocalypse. It is a structural phase transition. We are moving from execution to governance, and that requires an entirely different set of human skills to navigate. It is easy to picture automation as a self-contained system running at lightning speed with no human involvement. But enterprise deployment looks very different. The actual framework organizing the modern workplace is called human in the loop. It relies on a very clear division of labor. The machine scales the output, and the human steers the system. That steering is critical because advanced deep learning models have severe cognitive blind spots. They struggle with cultural nuance. They carry deep statistical biases and fail on unpredictable edge cases. Finding and correcting those blind spots requires human intervention. And right now, companies are desperate for people who can do that. QS data reveals a severe shortage of workers capable of complex problem-solving and critical oversight, despite the headlines about job losses. A worker's ultimate value is no longer tied to their ability to execute a routine process. Their value is determined by their ability to manage, verify, and correct the algorithms performing that execution. Right now, higher education is struggling to respond. Most institutions are caught between two ineffective extremes, either banning AI entirely or allowing students to use it without any structure or accountability. To fix this pipeline, universities must systematically strip the curriculum of the false promise that rote memorization proves career readiness. A more viable path forward is an instructional philosophy known as synthagogy. Instead of treating AI as an outsourced cheat code, this framework embeds artificial intelligence as a governed participant directly inside the learning process. Using specialized digital assistants, the system interacts with students through the Socratic method. When a learner generates an answer, the AI pushes back, forcing the student to defend their logic, recognize ethical gaps, and catch the machine's own biases in real time. This shifts the evaluation away from passive exams. Students can step into applied capstone projects, working in cross-disciplinary teams to build, test, and govern real AI deployments for corporate partners. This flowchart illustrates how that practical experience fits into modern education. Independent, industry-recognized micro-credentials snap right into a traditional degree timeline, giving students the verifiable proof of AI literacy that employers are actively searching for. We can automate equations, generate code, and summarize data. We cannot automate moral reasoning, and we cannot outsource ethical judgment. Those remain uniquely human advantages. Redesigning the classroom to focus on responsible technological governance over routine task execution allows universities to repair the pipeline and guarantee a resilient pathway for the next generation of workers.